Hello, this is Andy's Golf and Travel Diary here at Julio Soto, the Executive Director of Puerto Rico Golf Association, so you can guess where we're at. Julio, tell me a little bit about your organization.
Well, the Puerto Rico Golf Association has been around for 60 years now. We're very fortunate to have Jim Teal, which is the founder, still with us. And it started as a group of friends that wanted to have competitive golf, organized in Puerto Rico. And 60 years later, we have a PGA Tour event in our country.
Wow, that's an amazing transformation. Do you have some time to sit down and answer a few questions?
Definitely, let's do it.
Great. Julio, tell me a little bit about how you came to the game of golf.
Well, I came to the game of golf right after I began working for a golf facility, or actually a hotel here in Rio Grande, that once gave me the chance to go out, hit the links, play some golf. And I got introduced to a really good golfer from Rhode Island. He invited me over to his house for the holiday season, for Christmas, and it's been 15 years. I've got a chance to work for the Golf Association as an intern, and it changed my life. So after that opportunity, I traveled the world representing Puerto Rico as the executive director or ambassador of the Golf Association. And I've been able to organize many tournaments and events along with Sidney Wolf, chairman of the Puerto Rico Open.
Take me back to 60 years ago and Jim Teal and that group of friends that organized the Puerto Rico Golf Association.
Well, I'm really glad to still have the opportunity to be around the founder of the PRGA. Jim and I are very good friends. He's a very special gentleman because he still plays golf, likes to fish, and he's always have a good history to tell, like a story. Mr. Teal and his friends understood that golf could be organized, so championships could be played, that Puerto Rico could get some international participation at other, venues. So that's how everything started, and then it became transforming into a more formal, serial relationship with the World Amateur Golf Council, the Caribbean Golf Association, and to this day, the PRGA is one of the more active organizations or associations in the region. And for that, we were granted back in December of 2013 the recognition of being a member of organization of the Puerto Rico Olympic Committee, now that golf is an Olympic sport.
Now everybody knows Puerto Rico is part of the United States, and the United States is part of Puerto Rico. Maybe a lot of people don't realize that you do have your own Olympic team. So tell me a little bit about the PRGA and the whole Olympic process.
That is right. Puerto Rico has what it's called Olympic soaring. We have our own opportunity to choose teams that can play in different sports around the world. And golf is not an exception now because it's an Olympic sport. So the PRGA has worked throughout the years to make sure that our golfers can have the same opportunity as others in the States and the world to compete at the highest level. We have been devoting time and efforts and financial, resources to make sure that we can train our coaches and allow our players to be involved in different events. To that specific, matter, in 2004, when we were celebrating our 50th anniversary, we hosted in Puerto Rico the World Amateur Team Championships. So we had the world come to our country, celebrate with us 50 years of golf, and play the best golf of the world here. Now we're getting ready to go back and play with the best golfers of the world during the Olympics whenever it's time for Puerto Rico to be. It is a process, not necessarily will be 2016 because we need to prepare, but maybe in 2 years, like 2 cycles time, we'll be there. I believe it's gonna be a girl before a boy because they're really good here in Puerto Rico. And it will be a true honor to be part of what Jim started back in 1954, and now in 2014 we're able to somehow prepare to, in 2 years' time, see the Olympic scenario, welcome golf, and people teeing it up for a golf medal.
Now, Rio 2016, as you said, it's 2.5 years out. 60 men and 60 women. Not necessarily the top 60 in the world because of the limits on the countries. For the men, maybe number 300 in the world gets in. For the women, maybe the number 700. So name some names. Who's the possibilities for? We have 4 people here playing in the Puerto Rico Open here, men.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that if I would name a name, I would say that I would have to start with the girls. Maybe Maria Torres, which now plays for the Gators in Florida, would have a real big opportunity to be one of those Olympic golfers for Puerto Rico, along with another girl like Kyle Roy, who's now playing the professional level. With the men's, I would say that I would like to see a kid like maybe Melvin Morales, who's only like 13 now, but he's growing up into a really good golfer. He's a left-handed kid that it's amazing. I call him Melvin Mickelson because he's too much. And some of our older players, or I would say amateurs, would be like someone like Jeronimo Esteves could have the opportunity. He plays a lot. Maybe Edward Figueroa, Eric Morales, who's playing the Puerto Rico Open. I think that question should be answered with the names of those who devote their time and prepare themselves, because it's gonna be a tough competition. And being the first Olympic medal awarded to golf, I know that many people are after that. So we're getting ready now with the Central American Games and the Pan American Games. We're getting to know the X scenario, and I think we'll be ready. Everything starts for Puerto Rico with Chichi Rodriguez and how he overcome many obstacles, won 8 times on the PGA Tour and 20 on the Senior PGA Tour. We need to get more players like him to bloom into a professional, golfer that can allow the Puerto Rican flag be on the leaderboards.
Now fast forward those 60 years of the Puerto Rican Golf Association to today. How many members, how many registered golfers, how many golf courses, and what does it mean to you to have the Puerto Rico Open here where the world has come to play golf?
We have right now over 6,000 registered golfers throughout the various clubs. There's 17 clubs with real estate. We have 6 golf leagues, but there's about 10,000 people that play golf somehow over the weekend. There's a lot of corporate golf being played in Puerto Rico, and we're trying to get those people to accept the challenge to play competitive golf, which means that you have to play by the rules. You will know that there's no gimmies or mulligans, and that more youth and more families can become introduced to the game, so they develop that vision that at the end there might be an Olympic chance to play for Puerto Rico. With that said, we're working hard on acquiring a facility or revamping a facility that will be the headquarters of the PRGA. It will be like a driving range that will be used to train athletes for golf. It will be the first time that concept it's available in Puerto Rico. So our commitment is to do it with the best way possible, so the best can be there and come out of that project. We're also involved with the Department of Education to try to get golf to the schools, and I think that's key for what we're trying to envision, that more people can play. Some will play for fun, and some will play to compete.
Right. Well, Julio, thank you very much for being part of Andy's Golf and Travel Diary
Pleasure,
today.
Andy. You're welcome to Rio Grande. This is my hometown, and I hope to see you around in the Puerto Rico Open.